Good evening and welcome to the 11th week of Friday Night Fever. I'm Jason Williams.
And I'm Avery Hilliard.
And we have another jam-packed edition of Friday Night Fever for you guys. Avery.
Yeah.
Next week, playoffs.
This is exciting. I know players out there can't wait to get out there and get under those lights.
Oh, yeah. So with playoffs being next week, that means we have to have plenty of division titles on the line.
Plenty.
All across Northeast Mississippi.
Yes.
Some fighting for a division title. Some just trying to get in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Some trying to be able to be a host next week for the playoffs. And that includes this week's Game of the Week.
The Friday Night Fever Game of the Week is sponsored by Game Day Haircuts.
Senior night for the Hatley Tigers and a potential shot to host next week in the first round of the playoffs as they were hosting the Hamilton Lions this evening. Tigers moving the ball down the field on the opening drive, and we have a fumble in the red zone. Hamilton Lion Justin Werner comes out of that pile with the football, and a couple plays later, this week's Wendy's Giant of the Week, Trent Jones, takes it 81 yards to the crib. They didn't touch him on that play. He just sprinted down the middle of the field. Extra point no good. 6-0 Hamilton. Tigers once again moving the ball down the field. It's fourth down right here. They're going to try a reverse, and it's going to get snuffed out by number 22, Oliver Escobar. That's a turnover on downs. And then Lions going to respond. Justin Werner, ready, aim, fire, and he's going to find Chris Willis, and he will stroll into the end zone. This one, all Hamilton Lions tonight as they win 34-14, and they will be hosting in the first round of the playoffs next week.
We now make our way to Baldwin High School. The Bearcats celebrated senior night on their final game of their regular season. And for their last game, they took on the TCPS Eagles. Now, going into the game, the Bearcats were sitting at the 1 seed. Now, on to the highlights. Look at them running now. They were excited. First quarter, Eagles ball. Number 18, Jeb Brown, gets the ball and is looking to see who he can throw it to, but takes too long and is sacked by number 55, Chanston Price. That sack was actually a fumble as well, and it took the officials a minute to make the call, but the ball ends up going to the Bearcats. They sat around there for a few minutes just trying to see. Some plays later, Bearcats ball. Number 1, Dylan Johnson hands off to number 2, Quez Davenport, who takes it home easily. Touchdown for them. Extra point was good. Score 7-0 Bearcats. And then, of course, we have the BHS flags that come on now, and the crowd and band loving that. Then still in the first, Bearcats ball. Johnson, he's going to get it. And he fakes it, hands it off, and is trying to let the ball go, but is sacked by number 2, Nathan Corneliuson for the Eagles. Eagles fans loving that if you're listening. Plays later, Eagles ball. Brown gets it, scans the field, but it's too slow to get the ball off and is sacked by Bearcats' Chanston Price again. That's 2 sacks for that young man. It was a good night for him. It ended up being a good night for the Bearcats, keeping them as the 1 seed, and they end their regular season as 9-1. Final score, Baldwin 63, TCPS 17.
Big defensive night for the Bearcats. Now, my second stop of the night was out at Amory High School as the Shannon Red Raiders were looking to clinch a division title themselves tonight. It was 0-0 when I arrived in the second quarter. Now right here, Red Raiders ball, Trace Bergen, ready, aim, fire. This time he's going to find number 5, Degarius Clifton. What a pitch and catch. First down in the red zone. Later on in the drive, number 20, Braylon Deans takes the carry, and he will run off the left tackle, and he will find his way into the end zone. Red Raiders take a 7-0 lead. Later on, Spurgeon, ready, aim, fire. This time he finds Omarion Wilson, runs through a tackle, runs through another, and he's down the left sideline. He will go just short of the goal line, stopped at the 1. What a big play right there. A couple plays later, Spurgeon looking around, ready, aim, fire. This time he finds Damari Shannon for the touchdown. Red Raiders go on to win this one 51-19.
Now we are in Saltillo at the Willis Wright Stadium. Now, once I got there, the score was 20-0 with the Chargers leading, and they were in the second with around 5 minutes left. Now, Chargers ball, number 12, Braden Trusty, steps back and scans the field but can't get the ball off and is sacked by a group of Tigers. They were on them. Look at them. And the crowd loved that. Still Chargers ball, Trusty gets it and is sacked yet again. This was by number 11, Jamil Jeffries, and number 52, Mason Johnson. It was some sacks tonight. Chargers ball, Brown gets back to see who he can throw it to, and he launches it. Look at this, deep in the end zone. The number 2, Jaden Curry, who almost has it, but drops it. Crowd was not feeling it. What they didn't drop was this game. Grenada ended up finishing with 27, Saltillo with 7. 29, excuse me.
And taking a look at some full screens, New Hope picks up another region win, 42-7 over Lafayette. Etowamba picks up a win over Tishomingo County, 53-19, and Choctaw County, they just dominated all year long, 42-12. I wonder how many running clocks Choctaw County had this year.
Right. Now, Belmont, they got the W, 18 to Manatchee's 14. New Albany, 29. Ripley, 8. Then Water Valley, 63 to Bruce's 42.
High scoring game out at Water Valley tonight.
Yeah.
And with New Albany picking up that win, they finished the season undefeated.
I was just going to say that, but I wanted to be sure. They've been doing great this season.
Yeah, they finished the regular season undefeated. Vardaman picked up a win last night to finish undefeated. Kirk Academy finished their regular season undefeated last week.
Look
and
at
we
that.
have one undefeated team remaining.
And who is that?
Left. So we'll see what they do next week. They're on a bye this week, so we'll talk about them
Okay.
next week.
Okay.
A couple things out of our games tonight. With Baldwin picking up that win, they won the division title, and that is now their 22nd division title in program history for the Bearcats. With Shannon winning and Etowamba winning. Shannon takes that division title. Etowamba would finish second, and Amory finishes third, and Ripley fourth out of that division. And one more, Grenada, with their win, they now have a date with South Panola next week for their division title. So 5A through 7A, they still have some division titles to play for next week.
A lot.
Yeah, but tonight, a lot. Everyone else is clinching their division titles that already hadn't clinched theirs.
And I know that'll be music to their ears, but you know it'll be music to ours?
Band of the week.
The Friday Night Fever Band of the Week is sponsored by Northeast Mississippi Community College.